Welcome back, everyone. Toyshiz here, and I am back yet again to give you guys another fresh look. And today, we're checking out Wave 4 of Super 7's TMNT Ultimates. I realize I'm late to the party on this one, but I take my time with these. Kinda, sort of the fun of grabbing these Super 7 figures. You know, maybe just kind of waiting, and they kind of go on clearance once in a while, especially on Entertainment Earth. So I'll put some links down in the description below if you are interested. But waves 1 through 3, and now with 4, we're completing the Turtles. We got some fan favorite characters going on, and we got a madman in a hockey mask. That's always a good character to have. But if you're not familiar, Super 7 and with their TMNT Ultimates basically went back, took all the old Playmates figures and souped them up, right? Took all the Varner Studios designs, took them into a modern area, modern articulation, right? So Muckman, giant figure now, right? Lots of detail on him. Donatello, he's still doing machines as far as I know. Casey Jones, still a madman. Joe Eyeball, looking pretty solid with an updated paint job. And Mondo Gecko, man, oh man, can't wait to talk about him. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice hot cup of coffee. This is a look at Super 7 TMNT Ultimates Wave 4. And of course, like I said, I have done several videos on Muckman recently, but because it's a wave video, we'll look at him real quick in detail. Now, I really love the extra hands on this guy. You can see the bones amidst all the muck, right? And of course, one's a weapon holding hand, one of them is more just a goopy hand, but really well done. This is an amazing figure, by the way. I highly recommend getting Muckman. Joe Eyeball is no exception. He's more of we'll say, technically a slug figure, even though I think he is actually a slug, right? But he does have minimal articulation in the hands, and then he has more of a ball-jointed head, so he can kind of look up, look down, and look left and right. Nothing else moves on him, but he does have some great paint detail. He's a real standout. But this figure is honestly one of the coolest modern Ninja Turtle figures that they have done, that really any company has done. I got to give it to them all day. You can take his skull off, right? You could put goo in there and slime and have it come out of his mouth. That's amazing. He's got the hole in the middle of his stomach. You can reapply the hat. Just everything on this figure, you can see where they poured cash into this because of all the different paint apps. You got the little name tag right there, and you've got the soda cans and worms, bugs, frogs, the manhole cover foot with the big old clodhopper foot, right? He's got his gun. Now, here's where I always point out Super 7 with their TMNT Ultimates. The detail is there. It's very evocative of the old weapon, but I do wish that they would include more paint, more detail with the weapons and such. You got a piece of pizza right there. You got his big old trash can that simply affixes to his back. There's some slime on there. That looks great. Simply just ports in there, and it stays in there pretty dang solid, and it looks great. I really have to tell you. You got a little teddy bear on his stomach, got a spider and a flower and a silverfish. I mean, come on. You can put Joe Eyeball in the trash can. It just looks great. Hands down, this is one of the best, if not the best, Super 7 TMNT figure they have done thus far. So highly recommend him. You got to grab him just for Joe Eyeball alone, right? And of course, continuing on with figure number 2, yet another figure I have a standalone video for, so you can check out Muckman and Joe Eyeball, and then also Mondo Gecko. Mondo Gecko is a personal fan favorite of mine. I absolutely love the old Playmates figure. I love the character itself, all iterations, Archie especially. You got extra hands, you got nice paint, nice fingernails, each one ungloved and gloved hands. You got an extra head portrait, which is more the classic Playmates head sculpt, which, hey, that looks great. Gorgeous paint amidst a gorgeous sculpt on there. I do love his braces and, of course, his tongue sticking out. And, of course, you have the skateboard. Now, I'll tell you this all day. This is kind of harkening back to the weapons with Muckman and everything. It's a solid-looking, perfect recreation of the old Mondo Gecko skateboard. But being that Super 7 is more of this, like, really cool skateboard company, you know what I mean? I would have expected them to go a little bit more heavy-handed into the skateboard nature, put some actual trucks on the board, update it in that way. You know what I mean? Get some wheels going, like not just the Playmates redesign, but emphasize it, right? And then of course you have Mondo Gecko himself, and I love this head portrait. That's a really nice update. I love the hand. That is very cool. The tongue, he's having a blast, and I really love that they have the missing tooth, right? So that way his tongue can come out. You got the nice decal, of course, all the paint, everything rocks on this guy. He's got peg holes on the bottom for his board. You can stand him on there, but really just, again, a fan favorite character, great articulation for what it is. If you don't know Super 7's ultimate articulation, a lot of people say, oh, it should be a lot more articulated. For my tastes, they do exactly what they should do. Any more than that breaks it up a little bit too much. So highly recommend Mondo Gecko and his Mondo skateboard. Now, next, moving on to Casey Jones. Fan favorite character right there. I'm a big fan of comic book Casey Jones. Cartoon Casey Jones was a madman. This Playmates toy, I remember getting him. I got him at KB Toys all those years ago. I remember that right after dinner one night. But he does come with a lot of accessories, like this hockey stick. It's got some nice paint. It's got some nice wear and tear to it, but it is painted nicely, so that looks great. Then you have 3 different style of bats, and each one is done nice. They're basically all the same. You could kind of say that in many ways it's like 3 stages of bats: normal, almost broken, and then battered, right? And then, of course, he has a golf putter, which, hey, these weapons have a heck of a lot more paint on them than the original Playmates figure. This one got a little bit warped. Probably have to heat that up. But again, nice paint, nice sculpt. It's a golfing putter. You can take a whack at Raphael if you'd like. He comes with a lot of extra hands. He's got the white wrapped hand. He's got the gloved hand on each side. And then this is something, see, this is a cool update. Of course, Casey Jones would come with some hockey pucks. You get 3 of them. They're all different, but I like that. That is a fun add-ons, and don't drop them because they'll go every which way. Trust me, don't lose the hockey pucks. Now, he does have his famous golf bag, right? Now, I will tell you this. It's solid green, pretty much like the old one. It's got the zippers, it's got the buttons, it's got everything on it that you would expect. They're all painted in a silver, but I think that it should have had a clip. That way you could slip it on around him a little bit easier. It's easy to do, but, you know, just kind of hearkening back to the original. And I think the bag should have been just a little bit bigger. It's a very small golf bag. However, I will tell you this, for as small as it is, you can put all the weapons in there. So I definitely do like that they accounted for all those. You could put a hockey puck in there. Something that would have been really cool, maybe on the side, like a little pocket or something to slip the hockey puck in there. I don't know. That would have been really awesome to see. You get the weapons tree. I like that they've kind of redesigned it to make it look like a hockey goal net. You got all the weapons. You can pick these off if you want and have it be like the old weapons from Playmates. Casey Jones himself. This, very little qualms about this figure, and I will tell you this. It's the normal articulation. He doesn't have peg holes on the bottom of his feet. I think that they should start doing that a lot more. Mondo has it. Like the head sculpt. The portrait looks great. He's got the red for the mask, right? The hair is really done nice. Got little blue highlights. He's got his shoulder pad. He's got the green vest that's torn off like a belly shirt, right? Whatever. His sweatpants. Now, here's where I guess the qualms would be. It gets a little gappy where his abs meet his pants, right? It just looks weird. Also, you can kind of see the ball joints more so than most of the Super 7 TMNT Ultimates. It's not a problem, but it just kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. He kind of stands a little wonky. Overall, the paint is pretty solid. The articulation is pretty solid. Nothing is loose on this guy, but just go easy with some of the joints. I notice especially in the knees, you just got to go easy peasy on him. Heat him up. That's my recommendation. Get the golf bag going. Slips nicely on. You kind of have to force it in. You got to move the arms and such around to get it on. But he stands actually pretty well with such a heavy golf bag on the back. So it is actually pretty solid. Casey Jones. And that finally brings us to the 4th figure, the 4th Turtle Bro, Donatello. Donatello does machines. We know how that song goes by now. And just like all the other Turtle Bros, yeah, you get a slice of pizza. Well, I should say Michelangelo gets the pizza box, but he gets a slice of pizza. It's fine. I mean, there's not a whole heck of a lot to it. Some of the pieces are different than the other ones, but it works. Now, all the turtles come with the same exact weapons, And they're done nicely. It's not exciting at this point. You're like, yeah, of course it comes with that. It also comes with the throwing stars as well. So nothing different there. Like all the other turtles, it comes with all the different hands, which are nice. Some rotate differently, some rock. You know what I mean? It's just the different hands in that sense. But I like the ones that are more expressive, like this one right here. It does different things. His fingernails are okay. All the turtles have weird painted fingernails. Brown probably would have been solid across the board. You do get two versions of the turtle comm, one that's open, one that's closed. They both have paint. They're solid. It doesn't do a lot for me. I see these more as like the cartoon turtles accessories, not really the Playmates ones. You know what I mean? But the head sculpt, the second portrait, is pretty solid. Not only is it a great Ninja Turtle head sculpt, very old school looking, but it's very IDW at the same time. Now, here's where I got a few qualms with the weapons, right? A lot of them with Super 7, the weapons are too small or they don't fit right. I think the bow staff should definitely have been longer. Also makes me want to have some pretzels. That's very cool in that sense. You got the weapons tree, which I have gone over this a million billion times. It's great that they include it, but I don't need it. But Donatello himself, again, pretty much the exact same turtles you've gotten over and over and over again, right? All four, they all share the same body. No peg holes, same exact articulation, new head sculpt as opposed to this IDW head sculpt, which encapsulates the old Playmates toys. You get my drift here. It's a pretty solid Donatello if you're into that thing, except for the fact that, again, I think the bow staffs are too short. You get two of them. He's got some great weapon storage on him, much like the old Playmates toy, but I'll show you single-handedly first right here. See how small it is? It doesn't work. It looks like he grabbed like a mini stick. Right? Donatello's supposed to have a longer staff on either side. I'm not going to beat a dead horse, but I guess that would be my one qualm with not having too many Donatello-ish accessories. Again, all the turtles come with the same stuff. Yes, I get it. They're trying to emulate Playmates, yada, yada, but some specific character weapons would have been nice here and there, right? And speaking of characters, look at this. Check this out. Old Donatello meets classic Playmates Donatello. This is my original Donatello figure. Man, it's great to see these updated, right? It's so much fun. And then you have Casey Jones. Again, this is the original Playmates Casey Jones. I bought all those years ago with my dad at KB Toys. Very, very cool memories there. Mondo Gecko. I got to update the decal. Mine peeled off years ago. But again, very cool. I just would have liked to have seen a little bit more to the skateboard if I had to nitpick. And then, of course, you have Muckman and Joe Eyeball, the finest figure of the bunch, finest figure of pretty much TMNT Ultimates. Home run, hands down. You got to grab him. Oh, and don't forget about Krang, man. Now, again, like I said, Donatello marks the fourth turtle in the bunch. It's fun to have all these together again. From the Playmates now to Super 7, what a lineup. They display great. Really a lot of fun. I mean, you hear the smile in my voice, right? Casey Jones, yeah, they all scale for the most part. Casey Jones looks good. April O'Neil looks good. So, yeah, they're a lot of fun if you're an old Playmates Ninja Turtle fan. So that's going to wrap it up for my look at Super 7's TMNT Ultimates Wave 4. Quite a collection of Ninja Turtle figures thus far from them. Again, really solid figures overall. I like that Wave 4 has improved upon things that Waves 1 through 3 kind of lacked. Less loose joints, better paints, some wonkiness here and there with this wave, of course, like any figure line. But overall, pretty solid. Now, I'll tell you this. I don't necessarily grab these right off the bat. I do usually wait for sales for these. You can kind of find them for good prices from time to time. Again, I'll put all the links down in the description below if you're interested. But you've heard my thoughts, and now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below, let me know. Let's talk everything TMNT Ultimates. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, don't collect going in thinking that these are going to be worth a fortune. Collect because you love Ninja Turtles. And when you do that, you'll enjoy them a heck of a lot more. And I'm being honest with you. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.